questions and a reminder, no live streaming, please.
I opened with, I thought the kids battled, man. It was competitive, tough out there, and to be honest, they are at that point where I don't even know. Y'all tell me what practice number that was. 14. So I mean, we went Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. They've never gone this many in a row because even when we first started, we had a day off in between. So their last day off was last Sunday. So they're tired, and our GPS kind of indicates that. There weren't a lot of guys flying around over 20 miles an hour out there. But I tell you what, I did like the grit, the fight. Did not play exceptionally well in some spots on both sides of the ball. I thought the offense was kind of sloppy in the passing game with both groups. But I liked the fight and the demeanor. I mean, all the way through the situations. We did red area, we did fastball, we did 2 minute, we did third down, we did move the field, and the kids just kept fighting and competing, and I like that part. So pleased with the competition, but we still have a ways to go to get to the point that I think we can have a really good football team. We're not there yet, and we got to use the next few practices to do that.
Coach, there was a lot of social media chatter and stuff that Zamir White got hurt during the scrimmage. Can you give us some details on?
Yeah, he was on punt cover. He was covering a punt, and it was a non-contact injury. There was nobody really around. He and Mark Webb were kind of holding each other up, but don't know anything yet. He's getting an MRI done right now. So it's the left knee. It's his non-surgical knee, but I can't tell you much more than that.
Is it unusual for him to be on punt coverage?
You guys are amazing. Sony Michel was the first round pick last year.
I know.
All right, he covered the punt. All right, Derrick Henry covered every punt in Alabama. I mean, why would you ask that? Is it unusual for him to be on punt? DeAndre Swift's a starter on punt. So is that unusual for our running backs to play? I mean, I'm sick for the kids. I don't know the severity of the injury. It's really not fair that all you guys run out there and throw stuff out there and we don't get a chance to talk to his parents. We've talked about that in here before. If you ask me about it after practice, that's fair. It's not fair for that kid to find a kid's mom to find out about it from somebody talking and texting about it from in here.
To be clear, it was.
Yeah, it was all over. I got it chipped, but you asked about it, so I'm sure you guys sent something out. Next.
I like I said, Coach, I'm new to the beat. I don't know the policy. Was there people that attended?
Oh, yeah, absolutely there was people, and I'm sure they said something about it. That's not a problem. The only problem is if it comes from in here, or if the question is that normal for him to be on punt? I mean, is that a fair question? Is it a fair question? I'm asking y'all. Probably not. Probably not a fair question. If you watch football, it's probably not a fair question. Look.
I love that part.
Coach, kind of moving away from that, last week you said some of the more experienced players stepped up and played a little bit better. Did you see some more of that this week?
Yeah, I thought the kids, the most leadership and experience, have played harder, and there's not been that little taste of complacency I had probably early on. But that was really true in the last scrimmage. They started to kind of answer the bell. It was really physical last scrimmage. This scrimmage was probably not as physical. There was a little more passing situations involved, and we didn't have really good timing in the passing game. So that's attributed to two things: either we played better on defense, or we're just not where we need to be yet in the passing game.
The run defense particularly was an area that you spoke about, some of the guys talked about. Did you see some improvement there from the front seven?
Can't say that we did because I don't know that we tested it enough. You know what I mean? The intent of today was to, hey, we're not going to throw it every down. We got to run the ball to be successful. We wanted to throw the ball, get some timing, less what I call 11 on 11 car pileups. You know what I mean? Less bodies on bodies, because we did that last scrimmage. So I don't know if we made our run goal or not. I'll have to wait and see the numbers. But we didn't run it a whole bunch.
Malik Herring was over seeing him outside linebacker a few days. Had a normal switches, so he just cross training right now.
It's cross training because we don't know if we have enough mass, and Bill's been out at outside backer, so Malik gives us mass, and he's a good athlete. He's not going to be a permanent thing. If we're short inside, he needs to be inside. If we're short outside, he needs to be outside. He's become a little better swing man than, say, Ledbetter, because Ledbetter's got a little more anchor, so Ledbetter can hold up inside better than Malik. But we scrimmaged him there Sunday. He got some reps, and he's been kind of double training. He does a good job. He's very bright.
I feel like you're honing in a little bit more on cornerback and star, and who would be the top guys there.
Are you asking me, do I know who they are, or am I honing in? We're trying to hone in, but I don't know that the question's been answered. I thought today we gave up less vertical passes than we did last time, and we threw it more often. So we made more plays down the field. Can I tell you who the two starters are, or the starter opposite Bake? Probably can't tell you that right now because I don't know. I'll say this: Tyson Campbell played better today than he did last time. Stokes has played well. Continues to grow. Mark Webb, now that he's back healthy, has played well. But the star position is probably completely unsettled. I mean, it's still a competition.
Eric Stokes is a guy probably gets forgotten a little bit because he wasn't a super highly rated guy out there. But he's, I mean, it seems like he's, looking at the spring game and what some plays he's able to make and some of the run he's getting with you guys now. I mean, how far has he come, from this year to last?
He's gotten a lot better. I'll tell you what's unique about him. Everybody knows his speed, and he was not very highly recruited. And he's a great case of a kid we had in camp that was raw, fast, but raw. And I thought, man, I don't know if this kid's going to be able to develop. He's never really played corner. It wasn't natural for him. Coach Tucker has done a hell of a job developing him. And to his own right, he listens in the meeting. He takes notes in the meeting. He learns in the meeting. He carries over what he's taught, and you see him do things he's taught on the field. And not all our corners have done that. And he's made himself a better player. Is he the starter? I don't know yet, but he's had a good camp.
Coach, were there any other injuries?
I mean, that's such a big deal for you guys. I swear I don't get it. None that I can think of. I think Eric Stokes jammed his finger. I think Isaiah Wilson caught a cramp. I think Jason Stanley maybe pulled a quad. I don't get that. I mean, that's like all you guys want, but I don't get it. I think that's all, but.
Well, the fans ask us a lot.
Right, I'm sure.
You had told me last week about the defensive line, about how you were hoping to kind of realize who that core of guys would be after this scrimmage. Have you made any progress on who those guys will be, or how those guys are looking out there?
Yeah, they're fighting their tail off. I mean, we do defensive line by committee. So if you're asking me who's on the committee, there's about 8 guys on the committee. And there's a bubble there on the D-line where we'll probably travel 8, 9, or 10, depending on special teams. And there's some guys right on that threshold. It's the same way at wide receiver. We got some tough decisions to make because we can only travel 70 in the SEC. Well, the first game, we can dress more than that, so we won't have that problem. But as you look to your roster, you don't want to be practicing guys in positions and they can't go to Columbia. So you got to make your roster from the 70 and say, who are we going to get ready to go coach and teach and get ready to go play at this point? And there's probably 8 to 10 guys in that fold.
Where are you at inside linebacker right now? You said back in the spring, nobody's standing out.
Yeah, it's by committee. I mean, there's guys that are going through. I can't say specifically today till I watch the tape. I know this: the 2 young guys they don't know what to do. They make busts, they make mistakes. But Channing Tindall and Quay Walker are fighting tooth and nail. Because number one, they can run, and they'll hit you. It's 2 qualities at linebacker. Can you run, and will you hit somebody? They have done that well in camp. They don't know our defense completely inside and out, but we're not looking at week 1. We're looking at week 4, 5, and 6. So Jawan Taylor has had a good camp. Between Monty, Trez, and Tay, it's kind of a toss-up. Nate's been injured a bunch, and so has Jaden Hunter. They're both back today. It's the first time getting to see them scrimmage, but the 2 young guys are really competing.
How does that responsibility on the inside linebackers and their ability to call the defense affect Channing and maybe Quay's ability to play early?
Well, we wouldn't put those 2 guys in together. You know, when you put them with a more experienced guy, they kind of complement each other. And early in camp, we made them go by themselves with each other because it forced them to talk.
Right.
And now that we want to figure out who can play, we put them with the older partner to maybe make them relax a little bit, make some of the calls, and just see them play. And I think you're starting to see the results of that because they played a little better today, that they didn't have that pressure of everybody's counting on me for the call.
Kirby, do you have good clarity about left guard, right tackle, or within your best guys there and your backups there?
Yeah, clarity, I would never say clarity because we got 4 more practices. I mean, obviously left tackle, Andrew's done a good job.
I'm sorry, I meant right tackle.
Like you said right tackle, but I was just going through it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right tackle would still, right now, be Isaiah. He's done a good job there. Ben's done a good job over the guard. Ben has been our flip-flop tackle. We've tried to get Kendall and Cade ready, both at the tackles as a emergency option. The big battle's kind of going on at who is the next guard. You know, like who is the next guard besides Ben and Kendall? And is the next guard better than Kendall? Is Kendall the better backup guy that can play all 5? There's a lot of competitions going on. So clarity will come when I watch this tape, and I'll know at least a little bit more who's going to be the guy, but that competition's thick. And the big problem is we're probably going to travel 10 O-linemen, and who the 9th and 10th are is where the battle is.
How close is the competition Hunter right now?
Well, I would have said going into the scrimmage, Camarda was the lead and had done pretty well. And today's numbers show that, you know, it was not quite as one-sided for Camarda. He had a bomb and then he hit a shank. So he was 50-50, and his yardage was good, but it was because he hit a bomb and a shank and some other mediums. Landon Stratton hit a couple good punts today, but for the most part, it's been Camarda in the lead. And we'll kind of re-eval off the scrimmage and see how both of them did.
You got to figure out your depth chart for, I guess, for the first game. Was it something y'all still started after the second scrimmage? Is it going to last right on up to kickoff? Or
You're talking about the depth chart?
Depth chart as a whole, just depth chart as a whole for what guys y'all will be sending in and out.
No, it's all year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the depth chart it never changed. I mean, it's
Yeah.
all week. I mean, we'll have guys that compete throughout every week. So the difference is how many you can travel. So at home, we may dress 90, 95 guys. So they're going to be out there, but we can only practice so many. So when you think about going on the road in the SEC, you're always trying to work around that 75, 80-man roster because you can only take 70. So you're preparing your team so that your backups on special teams are on the bus. And that's the big thing for us.
Compared to the spring, when you mentioned how safety depth was a concern, how do you feel about that now?
It's still a concern. It's still a concern. I mean, the injury to Tyreek hurt that because Tyreek was playing there, not really playing star. And with him out, we lost a lot of experience. It would be like losing Aaron Davis last year. Here's a guy that had played every position in the secondary, and that's what Tyreek was. You lose Aaron Davis, and now you go, oh, boy. So, I mean, we don't have the depth at safety that we need, and we got to continue to develop safeties.
Is the team about where you thought it would be at this stage of fall camp?
I don't know how to answer that. I really don't, because I don't know where I thought they would be. I just kind of go day by day, day by day, day by day to say where I thought they would be at this time. I don't know where I thought they would be because I didn't know how guys would respond to certain situations. You know, how they're going to respond when it's 100 degrees out there on Tuesday and Thursday. I don't know that. And what I'm pleased with is the character and effort in practice they've shown. There's been 2 practices I was disappointed in. But outside of that, I've really been pleased with how they work.
2 more questions? How would you characterize quarterback right now?
You know, today or where the whole process is. Today, I was not real pleased with the guy. I didn't think either one of the guys played exceptionally well today. And maybe we put too much on them. Maybe we asked too much of them today because we didn't go out there and 3 yards cloud of dust. You know, we said, let's open it up a little bit. Let's throw it around a little bit and see how we do. And I didn't think that was great. Up to this point in camp, they've both been really competitive, good leaders. They both have good charisma. I guess huddle communication's been good. On the field's been good. And that part's been pleasing for both of them.
Coach, real quick, how has Matt Landers progressed from last season to now, and what is the likelihood of him getting some serious playing time?
The last part was what?
What is the likelihood of him getting some good playing time this season?
I don't know what the likelihood is right now. Matt is Matt's a talented young man, but he's hot and cold. He sometimes he struggles to get the signal and know what to do. He knows assignment. He's talented. Okay, he's not a great special teams weapon, and I've addressed that with him. For him to be in the core group, he's got to do something on special teams. But he has a physical trait that our other wideouts don't have. Long, tall, vertical, and that's what we don't have. So he's got to be elite at that in order to make the bus. When I say bus, I'm talking 70, because he's not going to be a big contributor on special teams. Because it's just not what he's really good at. So But he's flashed now. I mean, Matt's made some plays that you would say, man, that's a big time play. So we're hoping to get the best out of him.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate it.
You good? You good?